Hey everyone, welcome back to Vibes and Frequencies. My name's Nathan, if you don't know me yet. I make videos to help people to be the most powerful expression of themselves. And in this video, Tuesdays are all about crystals on my channel. And I want to talk about my favorite combination right now. And it's Tanzanite, which is this one right here, and then Moldavite, which is this one. Now these are two crystals that are part of the Synergy 12 crystals, which Robert Simmons is the father of the information of these. If you like crystals, you've likely heard of Robert. He's a good guy. Now, I find this combination to be the most impactful for the kind of energy and presence that I've had right now lately in my life. So if you've been following my videos, especially for the last 2 weeks, and you're someone who's sensitive to energy, you probably felt the way that I kind of am right now. And a lot of this is me centering myself with these specific vibrations and energies from Moldavite and Tanzanite. Now I want to focus this video specifically on Tanzanite. So what I want to do is talk about the effects of Tanzanite and pairing this with Moldavite towards the end. I have a lot of other videos that already go over and talk about the effects of Moldavite. I'll go ahead and link a playlist in the description for you to check out if you're new to that, but I want to focus on Tanzanite in this video. So the first thing that I want to say about Tanzanite is it's got this really powerful third eye activation. Now what does this mean? What does this mean? What is third eye activation? Now, your third eye has a lot to do with intuition, and in terms of being able to literally see, symbolically, your intuition manifesting. So our third eye is responsible for a lot of our ability to create our own reality based on our vision. Now, is your vision coming from your ego and your mind, or is your intuition coming from the actual seat of who you truly are? This can be kind of hard to differentiate, but I found that Tanzanite really centers me with experiencing my intuition visually from the third eye area, which I kind of look at as being like my divine self coming through in my human body. So Tanzanite I really like for this because it has helped me in working with it to stop confusing myself and believing that I'm following my intuition and that I'm following the quote-unquote right path, and instead to just be on it and to see it here right in front of me. So everybody kind of has different innate kind of psychic experiences and psychic abilities. These are just natural parts of being human. We all have these capabilities. Some of us just naturally a little bit stronger in certain areas. So for me, I'm very visual with my psychic abilities. I do a lot of shifting, a lot of reality shifting, things like this, dimensional traveling. I've got a lot of videos on stuff like this. I'll tag a few in the description for you if you want to check out dimensional traveling with crystals, things like this. For me, Tanzanite is a feeling more than anything. And when we feel something, it influences the way that we see and experience the world around us. So the reason that I appreciate the energy of this Tanzanite so much is because the way that it feels to me is like a very kind of relaxing, kind of stoned third eye effect. So for Moldavite, I feel a third eye effect as well. This is a lot more high vibe, very up. You'll be kind of launched into all kinds of higher dimensions and all kinds of different realities and things going on that perhaps we haven't necessarily experienced before. So this cracks open a lot of doors in our life, and this is why Moldavite is also partially known as, the crystal of transformation. This is one of the areas we transform. So why I really suggest that we all pair Tanzanite with our Moldavite when we come to the place in our existence where that's what we are ready to do. And when are you ready? You'll be ready when you have it. That's what it is. When you have it in your hand, that's the right time. You know what I'm saying? It just is. So I think that everybody should be pairing Tanzanite with their Moldavite, because this really high vibe, really intense kind of jarring kind of effect that Moldavite can kind of have, which I'm not dissing, I'm not saying that it's bad, but it can be a lot. And a lot of high energy that's taking us in a lot of different areas in our life and really transforming and opening a lot of different doors that we're all kind of familiar with about Moldavite. when we have all this energy, we can misdirect it sometimes. And that's okay. It's part of our life path unfolding. A lot of times this is actually ends up being part of the Moldavite transformation, is us going through periods of time where we're convinced about something about our transformation, and it ends up being not true, but it leads to the next part of your transformation, right? Point A to point B to point C to D. What's your point? So Tanzanite's really awesome because it's more of this relaxed, stoned kind of effect. But oh man, it synergizes with Moldavite. Hashtag Synergy12 crystals. Hashtag Robert Simmons. It really synergizes. You know, Robert really knew what he was talking about. So this is one of the prime reasons that I recommend combining these. So what does this feeling of this kind of stoned third eye effect actually mean? Well, this is going to be different for everybody because we're all going to experience and integrate energies differently. We're all on a different life path. Of course, you've probably figured. We're different people. But the feeling is profound. Tanzanite is a crystal that you will definitely feel. There's a lot of more kind of mellow crystals that I actually don't get much energy off of. Tanzanite is one of these really high, explosive kinds of things that you just are going to start feeling pretty quick. It'll start manifesting itself. And this stoned feeling isn't like stoned off of like marijuana and the kind of stoned where it's like you don't want to do anything or you're like giggly and, you know, things like that. It's not that kind of stoned. It's the kind of stoned where it's all good in the hood. You know, like it's all good, baby. Like you don't need to fight to create your transformation. You don't need to be pushing. You can actually relax and you can sit back and you can look around you and you can feel the light of the sun hitting your skin. You can feel the warmth. You could smell the moisture in the air. You see what I'm saying? It's this stoned effect is in, I am here and I'm going to now, instead of focusing on all these really intense things that I might have felt really strongly about before, instead I'll just be here and I'll experience everything around me. So this is the kind of stoned effect that I'm talking about. Now, if you've been following my personal transformation and my journey and the videos that I make, you'll know that I've been talking about presence a lot lately. I especially talk about this with Moldavite, as I believe that this is the prime effect taking place with Moldavite, even through all the other different effects and things that people talk about. I believe the biggest thing Moldavite is doing is bringing us to our true self, which is the present moment. That's who we really are, is the present moment. This is why Tanzanite pairs so perfectly with this, because the momentum that Moldavite is creating for us to help us to get to this place, to expedite our spiritual evolution, as in bringing up all of these things a lot quicker for us to be able to work with and grow through, right? We're expediting our journey with Moldavite. We're all on the journey anyways. Moldavite's expediting it like an engine. This is what Robert Simmons actually mentions as well. He calls Moldavite the engine of the Synergy 12 crystals. So because we've got this engine that is pushing us in a certain direction, when you also have a crystal energy that is holding you in place with this kind of stoned effect, we get a really interesting synergy. Because we've got a crystal that's bringing up a lot of things in our lives. We've got a crystal that's causing all kinds of things to explode around us. And pairing that with something where you can just sit and just be in this kind of stone third eye activation. So you're still connected to your spiritual endeavors and your spiritual transformation and your journey you're on, right? It doesn't stone you out of that. It's not getting in the way. It's simply kind of like, taking like a chill pill, you know? Now there's a lot more to the energy of Tanzanite. So let's talk about that. By the way, this video is dedicated to my friend Haley. Haley is not only my friend, but she's my patron on Patreon. And my patrons on Patreon get the perk of suggesting the videos that I make next. So Haley has requested a Tanzanite video. Haley, I hope you're cool with the direction this is going. This is for you. So, more effects of Tanzanite that I really find really exciting. And I feel these best kind of when I like to put it in my headband. And then as well, I actually carry my Tanzanite in my pocket with, let me go ahead and show you what we got going on right here. By the way, for anybody who is uncertain, I'm in Sedona, Arizona right now. Lately, I've been showing you guys the beautiful canyons and things. Right now, we're kind of deep in it, so you're not gonna see them. But anyways, I keep my Tanzanite in my pocket with my Congo citrine here. And this is part of the symbolism and the way that I activate crystal energy and I work with it in my life. The way that I look at this is, while combining it with my citrine in my left pocket, I am manifesting and creating this fiery energy of creation with my Congo citrine, with the Tanzanite of relaxed and stoned. So now we're mixing this fired up energy of wanting to go out into the life and just create. We got all this crazy solar plexus energy, and I'm using that solar plexus energy to create the effect of Tanzanite in my life more pronounced. Because this is the biggest part of my spiritual journey right now, today, making this video in this moment. What it's all about for me right now is being here and enjoying the subtleties of life, as well as enjoying the things that maybe aren't things that you would normally enjoy and you would be a little bit distasteful towards. I am experiencing and transforming in the way of being here and experiencing everything, all of it for what it truly is, not projecting myself at it. And you know what I'm trying to say. Tanzanite is a really big energy that I'm using for this. Now, the way that I look at this is that we are here right now in the present moment. Regardless of whether you feel like you're present or not, you are, because we're all right here. So the combination of Moldavite and Tanzanite, sorry for the tangent with the Congo citrine, it just happened. The combination of Tanzanite with Moldavite really is momentum. But not momentum to be somewhere else other than where you are, but momentum to be here. To align your mind with your heart in the exact place that we are. So this means that we're not, projecting ourselves in all these different directions. Now, there's a lot of other energies that I'm working with simultaneously right now. For example, multicolored tourmaline. I wear this as bracelet form here. And I actually recently made a video about that. I'll tag it in the description if you want to hear about multicolored tourmaline. But the thing is this is the essence of my life right now. I am working on balanced energy, being present right here, acceptance, neutrality, things like this. This is why I suggest bringing in Tanzanite with the Moldavite that you're working with. And if you're working with Tanzanite, maybe bring in some Moldavite with it. Not only does it have the powerful third eye activation and the powerful kind of relaxed just being here, but it's also got this kind of weird kind of tweak to it. Not tweak in like kind of like a drug, kind of like, oh, not like this. Oh, here you go. There's some canyon for you. Oh, welcome to Sedona. It's my favorite place in the world. The tweak isn't a tweak of like, oh my gosh. It's this kind of like, it's trippy, Like there's this feeling that you'll get from a psychedelic experience too, where it's like part of your mind is just lit, like it's turned on, like someone flipped the switch so you're perceiving different kinds of dimensions and things around you. This is the tweak I mean. It like tweaks something in your mind, so it's like, and you're like all of a sudden, like it's like, you could feel it, okay? That's what I'm trying to say. Crystal stuff can be hard to explain sometimes, So we're already here in the present moment. We're already on the spiritual journey towards these things. We do not need Tanzanite. We do not need Moldavite. These things are for people who are specifically on this path and are looking to expedite their journey and really commit themselves to it, I would recommend these kind of really intense crystals that really bring about lots of transformation for someone who is interested in transformation. Somebody who's interested in allowing the world around them to change and for them to find themselves beautifully in it all. Not everybody wants this. It's not everybody's life path, that's okay. But for you and me, if we're here together right now in this moment, there's a good possibility that this is a synchronization of the universe coming to you and saying, this is your path. We are on a spiritual journey. It is. And Moldavite and Tanzanite are great companions to me. They're not just tools. They're not just high vibrational crystals that I walk around with that give me superpowers. They're my friends. They are a spiritual companion. They have a real consciousness to them. And when it comes to Moldavite and Tanzanite, you can really feel that consciousness. You can feel it merging. Now, if you are somebody who has worked with Tanzanite and Moldavite together, or specifically has something to say about one of the other crystals, I'd love to hear. I know I didn't get too deep into the effects of Tanzanite. I do have already video that I made about Tanzanite and my first impressions, where I got into a lot of the effects that I was actually perceiving the day that I got it. I'll go ahead and post that in the description for you guys too if you want to take this further. But in the meantime, I'm kind of hoping that if we want to take it further, we do that in the discussion below together. So thanks so much for watching. Thanks, Haley, for suggesting this video. If anybody wants to suggest videos or has cool ideas, you could definitely check out Patreon in the description below. Once again, my name's Nathan. I make 3 videos a week. Thanks so much. And, well, I'll see you soon, yeah? Bye.